What happens when your client is at the end of your services and they are ready to leave and exit your program? Maybe they're leaving because they're done with your services or things didn't work out. Whatever the reason is, agencies must have a plan of action to manage the client churn. So today we're going to cover how to create the right and successful strategy so that we can complete the loop in your client experience. So grab your notebook and a pen and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more videos like this, and let's get started. Hey CEOs, welcome back. If you're brand new here, I'm Teresa, Operations Coach Consultant behind LoopLink, and I'm here to help you complete the loop in your business operations and expand your agency with excellence. One of the ways I help you do that is by helping you shift from a CEO-dependent to a systems-dependent operations by leveraging your systems, processes, and people. This is probably a topic that most people just quickly sweep underneath the rug. But to complete your client experience, you'll want to make sure that this is done gracefully and strategically. So what exactly is client offboarding? Well, it is the process of assisting your clients to exit your services and proactively manage the removal of inactive records and closing your client files to maintain your operational flow. Now, why would you want to conduct a client offboarding process? Just like how you want your clients to have a great start to your services, you'll want to wrap it up nicely with a great touch at the end so that they'll remember you and want to refer more business your way. So how do we go about starting the offboarding process? Offboarding is often initiated between 2 points. One being the client has initiated it, which means they no longer need your services, whether or not they're bringing it in-house, or if they have completed your program, or maybe they're not happy with your services. Regardless, it's client initiated. The second option is that it is business initiated, so which means that typically it's not a good fit, or maybe your business has pivoted, or maybe some of your services are no longer going to be active. And so offboarding is initiated by the business. No matter what, when the initiation begins, it's always great practice to send the communication confirmation via email. Now, if you're a service-based agency and your client is requesting cancellation of services, you should always follow a retention strategy. Not all clients who cancels is willing to leave your services. And so there may be a hidden challenge that you can uncover and secure the opportunity to achieve the outcome together and have them return back to your services. If there's a chance to salvage it, then work your best to keep the client. Remember that it costs you more to bring on a new client than to retain a client. Now, if this is a business-initiated offboarding, then it means that there isn't a way to salvage the relationship, and it's better to gracefully say goodbye. At this point in time, then you're going to want to send a different kind of email, and it's called the disengagement of services email or letter. This email is short and straight to the point. It highlights some of the wins that you've reached together and how much you've valued them. In this email, you're going to close the loop on services owed and rendered. Clearly communicate any remaining services or amounts owed to conclude the partnership. Once you've covered your bases contractually and financially, then you can provide other helpful resources. In either initiation, you'll always want to communicate and outline next steps. What the client can expect from you to close the loop in their services. Are there any documents or managed items that needs to be handed back to the client? If so, take inventory of all the strategic documents delivered. Include any links or attachments for easy reference. So some of this format could be either a monthly strategic plan, a content calendar, a marketing strategy, etc. The best way to present this handoff is through a goodbye packet. This gives it a nice recap that you can easily share with your client, and it'll outline when they can expect the last service date to be, how to get in touch with you post-service, and if they have any questions, where can they turn to find their answer. The goodbye packet will also explain your internal process on how you're going to be dealing with their information, and it will reassure them that you have the best practices and full intention to safeguard their information. Internally, you're going to want to make sure that you have a protocol to follow that will close the offboarding process. Typically, this can be an action item or a task in your project management tool. Assign specific dates to those tasks, especially if you have to deactivate specific accesses, remove yourself from their accounts and send your final goodbyes. If you have open projects, offer to provide a status update on them. What are some of the critical information to be handed over and where the attention may be needed? So this is where you'll likely want to also have a project wrap-up document to review with your team. Review what worked out well, what didn't work, and what could have been improved. And also it's a chance to celebrate with your team what some of those achievements are and giving highlights and kudos to those team members. Even if it's been an unsuccessful service or venture or partnership, this just empowers your team that there is success along the way. One of the key offboarding elements that you'll always want to apply is the feedback loop. Do you have a feedback survey? If so, send it to your client. You'll want to know the good, the bad, and the in-between. This allows you the opportunity to find out where the gaps are, what's working, what's not working, and how to better improve so that you can find the right client fit or meet their needs more efficiently and effectively. Once you have the feedback completed, now it's the time to close up their files. Along with the offboarding process, once the final service date has been passed, it's time to archive your project in your cloud drive and your project management tool. Additionally, this is a great opportunity to request for success stories, case studies, or testimonials that can be used for your marketing. This will be your final touch point with your clients before the closure of the project. This also allows you to send them off by thanking them for the opportunity to work with them. This is probably the most forgotten step. If your client has agreed to enter your marketing automation, that is a definitely great way to keep in touch. But the more meaningful engagement is when you follow up with them through a personalized touch point via your CRM or your customer relationship management tool. This gives your client an opportunity to check in with you, share how they're doing, what's working, what's not working, and it also gives you both the chance to catch up and talk about your services, what's changed, what is new and upcoming, and if there's a good fit to continue the partnership at that point in time. When I've applied my follow-up checkpoints, many of my clients often re-enroll back into my services in some capacity or has referred me new business after I've re-entered their minds. By following up, it can bring back the winning moments that they've experienced with you, spark that thought that they've once had to refer you that they may have forgotten due to their busy schedule. So here's the golden nugget. Past customers will often buy from you again because they already know how it feels to work with you, and especially if you've achieved a lot of results together. It's a no-brainer for them when you have a service that meets them at their next level. They're going to want to reapply and re-enroll in your services. So let's talk a little bit about the backside of your offboarding process. As a business, it is your responsibility to ensure that every layer of a client footprint is removed throughout your organization, whether or not it's a client's brief, a portfolio, and an account. You make sure that it is archived securely and with intention. Make sure that it is a repeatable batch process that can be defined and implemented. It's about systematizing this process so that it becomes a core element of your client experience. And you can build out those processes using my SOP Bundle templates to document your step with clarity. Don't forget to grab it from the link below. So do you have a client offboarding process for your business? What are some of your takeaways that you can improve in your process today? Leave your feedback and questions in the comments section below. Make sure you download your free SOP Bundle templates. If this video has been helpful, be sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and hit the like button so I know to make more videos like this. I'm Teresa, Operations Coach Consultant, and I'll see you in the next one.